Japanese can be short, or maybe they can be in between. But anyway, the moral of the story is this one guy came over with him and his wife. They spent, and I didn't want to go because I didn't want to go to eat fish, right? And they thought they were doing this great thing. Well, it is if you like it, but nobody asked. But they spent $575, no alcohol. It was just on fish and stuff. It was only like
some of that tuna is expensive as all get out.
I couldn't figure it out because I didn't want any of it. Yeah, it was raw tuna and salmon and I guess big lobsters and stuff, but they wouldn't cook it.
Yeah,
but everything was. It was some fancy stuff. But can you imagine?
Four
people, $575.
Yeah,
I know. I don't know what all it was.
Meat.
It came
Raw
out
fish.
big trays and stuff. Well, but a lot of people love. I learned how to take seaweed and rice, sticky rice, and put something in the middle in the government because I worked with a lot of people from other countries. But over there in Hawaii, they do a lot of that sushi stuff, right? You know what I'm talking about? It's yucky.
Yeah, it's raw fish. I don't want any of
it. Well, we were raised in beans and taters. You were born in New York, but you were in the Navy, right? But then when you moved down there, in 40 years, do you eat rice or potatoes at all? I do.
Oh yeah.
I eat dry beans, mashed taters.
Yeah.
Tonight I had lima beans, taters,
bean soup.
Yeah. Yep, that's one of my Tom's favorite was. No, he liked northern
chili?
beans, or did he like?
I eat chili.
I like chili. Yeah.
I eat southern foods too.
Yeah, you're right there.
I like some Chinese food, but most of it's full of MSG.
I know. I've got to say no MSG, but I do like Chinese food. I wonder why that is. So we can.
And it'll give you headaches if you eat quite a bit of it. If it gives people headaches, and they don't even realize that that's what it is the MSG that's giving them the headache.
Why is it monosodium glutamate? Is that what the MSG is? Monosodium. What? It's
a preservative.
Okay. Wow. Well, we're going to be healthy, folks. Look us up, ACO Association, see if you like us or not. But we're also Allied Command Org for space. Why were we doing the Allied Command Org again? I forgot because Ken don't ever come. It was me, you, and Ken, and Janet said she liked Allied Command.
Yeah, mainly about disclosure of our UFO and alien technologies that do exist, and they're not.
Well, can you keep a handle on it? Keep a handle on it, because Janet made us a picture with me and Bob Dean and Ken, but you weren't in it. Remember, she made that picture, and then me and her and you and Ken, and I know what it was. Ken was intimidated with me and her both on the radio at the same time, in a way, because he couldn't get a word in edgewise, right? That's the truth, folks. So me and Janet were been doing radio together for 6 years. He'd been on my show in the beginning and been on Revolution with me. He'd been on Cosmos Connection, on Mike's Revolution Radio, which was Freedom Slip. Well, we called it Revolution Radio, but his website was Freedom Slips, right? Freedom Slips or Freedom Slips. Now, does he keep Freedom Slips up and still run too? Because I run 30, 33.
Either one of them will bring them to Revolution Radio.
Well, now I've got TJMR's ET Radio, which is a good brand for ET. And now UFO Association is just we could have tonight, you know who we could have called? Jan. I forgot.
Yeah.
I could have done Jan tonight on Thursday night.
I don't think we've done bad tonight.
Jan Aldrich, remember? He told me I could call him on Thursdays. He wanted to do so. Call him. I think so I'll just have to get back with Jan. I keep forgetting Jan. What is it about me forgetting Jan Aldrich? Is it because he does archives? Because for some reason I don't put him in the radio category. I don't know why. He's been doing collecting in the field.
He isn't an experiencer, and he isn't an author, so.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, he comes from more of the dry, Janet calls the nuts and bolts. He goes out and literally does the page turning, as he calls it, and then he got with Clip
he's got a
Save
website,
Dude.
but it isn't interactive or anything. It's just you go there and read stuff, you know.
Yeah, Project 1947. So we do carry that. I've got him as the main theme on UFO. I've redone UFO Association so many times
site.
It doesn't. Yeah, he's done a lot of work on 1947. That's the one Robert Bigelow helped with from those. He was teaching us how they got money that was endowed to them, or
Robert Bigelow's been known to. Yeah, he's been known to give out grants for a lot of places. He's more famous for the Skinwalker Ranch deal than anything else, but he never made a dime off that place. And everybody was saying he never intended to make a dime. It was all for research.
Oh, he just wanted to know if there was anything to it on the planet and the 3D relationship.
They recorded all kinds of stuff that happened there, and and he wasn't trying to. They accused him of wanting to open up like a paranormal amusement park, and he never did anything.
He was like, say what?
Yeah.
He wanted to keep people out of there while they could do keep the evidence clean,
he
right?
Hired people and put them in there, and they studied the place for a couple of years, and then they finally sold it.
Oh, he sold it. Well, what's he doing now? Is he still working in Huntsville or off planet, or what's he doing? Where's he work?
He's into all kinds of things with space. Anything to do with space or UFOs, he's involved in it.
I never met the man. Did you?
No, he's a multi-billionaire.
Oh. Money don't mean nothing. At least not in interdimensional travel.
What would he be interested in me for? I'm nobody.
Because conscious agents that are real
got a better life than me.
You base it on the dollar. Well, yeah, if he's at that level, you think it mentally he's at that level? I thought, most people that have money, some of them are really just for the money and greed, right? They're in the power and greed. But
we need a couple of Batmans out there, billionaire that wants to fight crime.
Oh, that's I miss Stan Lee. That was Stan Lee. That was cool. But Michael Jackson was going to do that. Me and Michael Jackson and Stan Lee. But Stan followed me. Did you know that? He was like you. He was cool. But I don't know. I don't get into the politics. They were, that was sort of sad that the last. I don't know, but I liked Stan. He was one of my heroes because he just was a good guy. You don't base it on what they have. You base it on what they do on a daily basis. Your daily. What do you put your output, right?
Right.
Your output as an entrepreneur.
Well, that's why I said it was about Bigelow, because everybody gives him a hard time, but from what I've seen, he hasn't hurt nobody. He's done nothing but help the UFO industry, from what I've seen.
Well, when he was a little kid, I thought he was into him. I mean, psychically, I don't know anything about Robert Bigelow other than I remember dropping his name a few times over that Star team because of me and Barry Gaunt. And Barry Gaunt got into that dark stuff, with he kept having problems because we had the Men in Black and the black helicopters and all that. But I don't know who ran all that. I don't think it was necessarily the Navy or Air Force. So I don't know what branch of government that is. I don't know that he knew. But it seemed like when he became a Bigelow Star Team person, he was telling me about Bigelow. So I don't know. Maybe I was misguided with all that. I don't know. We'll have to find out, folks. Well, I'm mad. At least we got something I can put up this week. Now, tomorrow night, I can't show up because somebody booked me to take me out to somewhere and talk to me about something. Some fancy restaurant. It's some of that government kind of stuff. Time. Now it's 6 to 8, but I didn't have anybody booked tomorrow, so that's okay. But now, you remember that girl? She wanted Bigelow. Now I don't know if that's true or not, but that girl wanted. She said that he wanted to come on. That's hard to believe because he's so busy. With did he ever sell these hotels, Robert Bigelow?
I have no clue. I don't follow him or nothing. I just, like I said,
I don't either. I don't know anything about him.
Of course, just what I've run across on the internet. I haven't seen where he's hurt anybody.
I don't know. I just think he was just trying to find out what we know. Let's look into it.
I would not doubt that
he's
using what he finds in his technologies. I mean, that would be me if I was a millionaire and had to, could find out, well, how are they, going from dimension to dimension? I would be interested in trying to figure that out, wouldn't you?
Well, you have to die first. Near-death experiences are only half of it. Well, you want to know what Tom knows.
CERN's trying to open a portal to another dimension.
Why? Because they're using matter and antimatter and making it go in circles and hit each other?
They even said they openly admit wanting to do it.
Well, that's not the way you do it.
Well, I don't know how you do it. You don't know. We have no clue.
Well, when you're not in your body and you're out of body and you're out there and you're connected, you learn things and you interdimensional. There's another way to say it, but I've been out there in the training, I guess one might say.
Yeah, but
well, not TM stuff,
that's a little different than going bodily.
Well, I thought that whole thing with ascension was the next level of interdimensional travel. Aren't we going to teach people? Did we have this conversation? That's where that girl came in. That was where Kimberly O'Connor. And then that other guy, because you can't work with real straight people. You got to work with strange people, like me. I resemble that. And so, what is you're going to be the narrator? Are you going to put my stuff together? All right. So let's lead people down the path with us. I think I can help a little bit, Matt. I really do, because I was good at doing what I was told to do by the extraterrestrials. I mean, I wasn't coming up with this stuff. Hell, I've had magic show up. So I bet what certain people are looking for, because I've had too many multimillionaires try to get information out of me. So what's that called? They want to use it for their own.
Well, that's
what
I was saying. If you had the money, wouldn't you be out there trying to get the information? Wouldn't you be trying to figure out how to do this stuff? Wouldn't you be trying?
I already know how, so I don't have to. That's the difference.
Well,
when you know how, you don't cast pearls before swine until it's time. But see, well, of course, but the whole point is some people
you don't go looking for a trainer in golf if you know how to play golf.
Well, yeah, I know, but train the trainers. So. That's going to be our program. But it's you got to be humble to get off this planet. When the people, there's other levels of existence. Just because people don't understand it, it's like I told who was it? Jim Mars.
Now you say there's other levels of existence, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's another dimension.
No, this is where we've got to figure out how to train people, just like we did with the original 7 laws before God came down or talked to Noah, if you want to say it. We got to go back to that beginning we got to go back in the billions of years and take it back, because right now people are having to decide if they have a soul and if they really want to believe in return here, and not everybody has to, and if they want to go to another place, which not everybody has to. So right now that we're dealing with training them to know what life and death and, birth, decay, we've got to figure out the story. the explanation of the story, so they will all expand in what we call the word ascension. There's no other way to teach it, like Jesus did, right? Jesus taught it.
See, now, ascension is different than moving to another dimension. I mean, we might be able to move to another dimension where